Greetings, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
All right, I have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
I recently read a book called Cosmic Voyage by Courtney Brown. Are you familiar with this book?
Familiar enough.
Okay, within it, it goes through the technique of scientific remote viewing.
Yes.
I was wondering two things about this book. One is, in the book, they reference grays quite a bit.
Yes.
And he contacts the Federation where there's a past gray group, there's a current, a present gray group, and a future gray group.
Yes, the Gray Federation.
Yes. Are you part of the future gray group that he speaks of in there?
Not so much exactly the grays, because we are hybrids.
Okay,
Not
yes.
grays. But we are an extension of the future gray group.
Okay. One thing he talks about in there is how the grays are doing the hybrid program, and that's what people think the abductions are about, I guess.
Yes. For the most part, that is true.
Okay. And then the scientific remote viewing seems fairly interesting, where you kind of leave your body and can explore all around.
Yes.
I was wondering if you have any comments on, or tips, I should say, for somebody, like a crash course, I would say.
You want to crash?
A crash course
while you're floating
in
around?
scientific remote viewing.
It will work slightly differently for different people, but to some degree you will find that if you can give yourself the opportunity to really become very familiar with that lambda state, it is conducive of out-of-body experience.
Okay, thank you.
So you might want to really immerse yourself in that frequency and see what happens.
That's what I was thinking when you were going through that.
And also, do it when you are about to go to sleep.
Okay.
Because then you are preparing, in a sense, to detach and expand your focus beyond the physical world. So the lambda frequency might be able to guide you into the type of lucidity that you might require in the so-called dream state to allow you to know that you are dreaming. And once you know you are dreaming, you are, in a sense, out.
Now I find when I start to realize that I'm dreaming, I wake up.
The lambda state can help you stay in that state.
Okay. Now I'll move on to my second question. I recently got a 3D printer.
Oh, all right.
And trying to come up with some very interesting ideas of things to make.
Yes.
And I have heard you speak of your cone within an upside cone idea.
That's a very, very basic version of the space-time antenna. There are more sophisticated versions.
Right. So with just the plastic that you can use in a 3D printer,
yes,
I was wondering if you thought if there is an interesting shape to make.
Besides the one you just described?
Yes. Or what to do with it.
All right. Well, yes. If you wish, you can create what is typically referred to on your planet as a Merkaba.
Okay.
A tetrahedron pointing up, interpenetrated by a tetrahedron pointing down. Each side of the tetrahedron being made as what you and your science calls a Sierpinski gasket.
Okay.
Do you understand this term?
I was looking up pyramids, and I saw a Sierpinski pyramid where it was pyramids making a pyramid.
The idea is if you take an equilateral triangle, and then you put another equilateral triangle in it upside down, and then in all those spaces put another equilateral triangle that fits, and another and another. You keep doing that smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yes.
You have a Sierpinski gasket. In a sense, what you're doing is creating a fractal antenna.
Okay.
And if the tetrahedrons, which are made of equilateral triangles, yes, 4 of them, are made with Sierpinski gasket equilateral triangles, and you have another one pointing down, interpenetrating through it, so that you essentially have a 3-dimensional 6-pointed star.
Yes.
That is a more sophisticated format for the space-time antenna. It forms, in a sense, the bones of it. Now, making it out of plastic may not necessarily allow it to perform as it needs to, but you could certainly use it as a mold.
What is an ideal material?
A conductive material.
Okay.
such as copper, will do to give you some effects that you can begin to measure until your understanding becomes more sophisticated.
So what do I do to, what kind of tests do you do? What would you put, like a wish inside of it and
A wish?
focus on it?
No. You actually give it a little bit of an energy boost with a battery.
With a frequency.
Yes, and then you see what happens in the output.
And so you test different frequencies.
You do.
Yeah, I have tested resonant frequencies and transformers before. Is the idea to find a resonant frequency where it actually starts to buzz?
Yes.
Okay.
And that will tell you something about the wavelength and the frequency that the particular space-time antenna you've built will operate on, and how you can use it to magnify and amplify the small amount of energy you've put into it to get a greater output than you put in.
And what would I be looking for as an effect?
Greater output of energy.
Oh, a greater output of energy, as in like a free energy device.
Well, in a sense, you're tapping into higher frequency energy and allowing the space-time antenna to act as a step-down transformer so that it will translate into your reality in a frequency that you can use, like electrical flow.
Okay. And nothing to do with like kind of a wishing machine?
No.
Okay.
No. For that,
For a wishing machine,
You
what
need
would
a
you
well.
do? A well?
yes,
Okay.
a gravity well.
Well, one interesting thing that I came up with was a pyramid, and supposedly the king's chamber of the pyramid is the power point of the pyramid.
Yes, and that is also what was used to allow initiates to experience out of body. By going and lying in the chamber that is created of certain proportions, and you allow yourself to go into the gamma state and the lambda state, the box acts as a magnifier, the chamber acts as a magnifier to focus and reflect and amplify that vibration to allow those initiates to have experienced out-of-body travel, which is what the priests mostly used to gather the information that they needed in order to create sophisticated technologies.
And so to use this device, what I created was, I called it a post-it note wishing pyramid, where a post-it note with your wish could be slid into where the king's chamber location is. And do you think that that is kind of a valid idea for a wishing machine, and how would you
If you
operate
can truly identify with the paper and the wish therein as a simulacrum or representation of you in the box, then yes, but we wouldn't necessarily again call it a wishing machine.
Okay.
Because the idea is that it's not about having a particular expectation, it's about opening up to the organizing principle of synchronicity to bring you what you need, but it can amplify that manifestational experience if you don't put too many conditions on it.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Does that help?
It does help. My wish that I've had in there is for good news to be abound.
I just gave you a lot of good news.
You did. Well, thank you so much, and I know there's other people that need to speak.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate you, and I do think of you as a mentor.
And all of you to us as well in a variety of ways you can't even imagine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.